Hello everyone, my name is Luis Rodriguez, and for Win Architecture I show you now a little introduction about Dynamo. Dynamo is a graphical programming for design. It's a visual programmation that we use in this particular case from Revit, that we can do the things that Revit can do for itself. If you see, we have this page, the principal page for Dynamo, and you can see there are some sample about that. If you see, for example, in Learn and open the page, you can see all the basic stuff that you need to try to understand what Dynamo means. For this example, is shown in Dynamo Primer. We have the developer tools, and then we have these little tutorials that Autodesk give us to try to start from scratch in Dynamo. And then if you go to Dynamo Primer, that is an excellent page. This page contain all this basic information that you need to try to understand about this new program or sandbox, in this case from Revit. For this example, it said that it was a project generated from these elements. It's mean that what is visual programming is described design frequently involves established visual, symptomatic of geometric elements. And if you go deeper, you can see that what is the program visual programmation. You can see this element that is that the nodes and with some wires that it connects, and we have this visual programming that is very easy to understand. And for another side, you have this traditional programming that if you see, this is the tough way that you can use. You need a lot of practice, a lot of knowledge about this traditional programming to try to compile some code. But from Dynamo and this visual programming is very easy. If you see, you have the slider number that is parametric. You can move and you can change the value automatically. And then you have this point for coordinate. If you go to the textual programming, you need to input the value in X and Y static, and then you need to statement the phrase to call the element that you want. For this example is distance 2, and for another example is circle. And you need to know about this statement that you can try to run your manual or your textual program. And for Dynamo is pretty easy because you have this element visual, and it's pretty easy. And if you go deeper and the another part and what is Dynamo, you know more about the where it's related, and then you can see there are some examples about the geometry that you can create, but in the real world or in the day world, you use Dynamo more for management and for extract or translate this information to your families or your documents. For example, you have this option for installing. When you start, from example, from Revit, you have this example that you can install in the different versions. And then this is the start page that when you start in Dynamo is like always you have some elements like the apart files that you can open, you can create a new element, so you can open a custom node. That the custom node is an compiled elements that you can create for I don't know, general steps, and you can make in one node. And then you have the recent files that you can see. If we go to the Revit, and for the version 2017 and 2018, you have Dynamo in a part in manage in visual programming, beside another great element that is Dynamo Player. If you have Revit 2016, you find in the add-ins. And let's go to open this Dynamo, that we can see where is inside. And then I go to explain, for example, the nodes. In this page explain the anatomy of the nodes. For example, you have the name of the nodes, that it's relate with what does it do, the node in particular. The name 2 is its meaning like it's a principal node. There are two different nodes. Is the custom node that you can create with Python, or you're compiling your scripting, or the traditional, that is, for this example, is the traditional. Then in the tree, you have the input that you can put the information. For this example, you have a point by coordinates, and you need to you need to put numbers, and for the output you obtain the point with the coordinates that you create. And then in the 4, you have the lacing icon. This is a little advanced, but for particular, you have the auto activate, and then you have another lacing like short lacing, long lacing across product, but this is more advanced and you don't need to know now. And you have the file that is default value. This is advanced. You can see this is created for the newer version, for I think it's Dynamo 1.0 to forward. And if you see, we have this node that is connected with the quartz, that you can translate this information and you can compile this one. And for this example, if you go to help in samples, you have some scripting, Dynamo script, that you can open, and you can see what you can do with this basic example. For now, I open the example for code block, that is a really helpful node, that is like the magic node that you can do wherever you like, and you have the traditional nodes that is in the library. This is the library in your Dynamo. Maybe you don't have all this one because I charge for the package, but for example, you have the traditional that is the core. No, for example, if I go to list and click, for example, list create, you can see that we have this little node, and for now, this is an automatic. You can change for manual, is that wherever you want to compile. For this example, it's pretty easy. You don't need to have such much memory, but you can use it. And for this example, I want to use maybe a number. I only search this node, and I click, and I connect, and then maybe a slider, a number slider. If you see, there are two different principles there. The principle is that the number slider is parametric. You can change automatically, and the number is static. And you have the number of the node in in black and in gray. It's mean that have a meaning. If I connect for this one, now it's black, and it's meaning that the code is running. And if you see for this example is a list, and if I create additional, now again is gray, and I need to connect with the war for this, that you can see for this example these three elements compiling in one list. Well, I think this is all for now, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.